Hello and welcome back to Write It Right with MOI. Today we are going to explore the world of post-colonial literature, a genre that's both fascinating and essential in understanding the legacies of colonialism. First things first, what exactly is post-colonial literature? At its core, it's a literary movement that emerged in response to the effects of colonialism. It's a diverse body of literature written by authors from formerly colonized regions or cultures. Where post-colonial theory holds a special place in the world of literature, post-colonial criticism holds an exclusive viewpoint on literature and politics. Post-colonial critics are therefore anxious with the literature developed by colonial powers. They also focus on the literary works developed by those who were colonized. Post-colonial theory shares insights into power, politics, and culture, along with economics and religion. These discussions and discourses look into how these socio-political and cultural elements work with regards to colonial hegemony. A post-colonial critic, in a broader sense, is interested to study how authors narrate ideologies related to post-colonial aspects. They also comprehend how such doctrines affect the emotions and lifestyles of those who were previously colonized. At times, post-colonial critics analyze the ways in which a literary text is colonialist or anti-colonialist. It depends on how the narrative augments or opposes colonialism's oppressive ideology. While the objective of post-colonial literature is to create a literary movement that is free from the colonizers' suppressing thoughts, Helen Tiffin thinks otherwise. Tiffin is an adjunct professor of English at the University of Wollongong, Australia. Tiffin argues that it is impossible to retrieve a pre-colonial past or construct a new cultural identity completely free of the colonial past. Most colonial literature has attempted instead to investigate the means by which Europe imposed and maintained colonial domination of so much of the rest of the world. The roots of post-colonial literature can be traced back to the mid-20th century, when many countries gained their independence from colonial rule. This period of decolonization led to a surge in literary creativity as writers began to reflect on their experiences. Literary figures like Chinua Achebe, Wole Soyinka, and Frantz Fanon played roles in shaping this movement. Their writings captured the struggles and complexities of a world in transition. Now let's see some of the major works that define post-colonial literature. These novels and essays are not only literary treasures but also insightful windows into the post-colonial experience. Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe is a novel that explores several themes and holds significant cultural and literary importance. Here are some of the key themes and their significance in the novel. Cultural clash and colonialism. One of the central themes of the novel is the clash between Igbo traditional culture and the encroachment of British colonialism and Christian missionary activities. Achebe vividly portrays the devastating effects of colonialism on traditional African societies. He shows how the imposition of Western values and institutions disrupts the Igbo way of life, leading to the downfall of the protagonist, Okonkwo, and his community. Identity and change. The novel explores questions of individual and cultural identity in the face of rapid change. Through characters like Okonkwo, who struggles to maintain his traditional identity, and Noe, who embraces Christianity and a different identity. Achebe illustrates the complex choices and conflicts faced by individuals and societies undergoing a transformation. Tradition versus modernity. Achebe highlights the tension between traditional Igbo customs and the allure of modernity brought by the colonizers. This theme underscores the broader struggle faced by most post-colonial nations as they seek to balance preserving their cultural heritage and adapting elements of a Western modernization. Fate and tragedy. The novel explores the concept of fate and how it shapes the lives of the characters, especially Okonkwo. The main character's tragic flaw and his eventual downfall are emblematic of classical tragedy. Oral tradition and storytelling. Storytelling and the oral tradition are integral to the Igbo culture and are recurrent motifs in the novel. The author uses storytelling to convey the richness of Igbo culture and challenge Western narratives about Africa. By incorporating oral tradition into novel structure, he pays homage to African storytelling traditions. The Wretched of the Earth by Frantz Fanon. This is a seminal work in the field of post-colonial studies and explores several key themes and holds significant importance. Colonialism and decolonization. The book is a powerful analysis of colonialism and the process of decolonization in the context of African and other colonized nations. Fanon's work provides a deep understanding of the psychological and physical violence inherent in colonial systems. He emphasizes the necessity of revolutionary action to break free from colonial oppression and advocates for the complete decolonization of minds and societies. Violence and liberation. Fanon discusses the role of violence in the struggle of liberation and the psychology of the oppressed. Fanon's exploration of violence as a means of achieving liberation is controversial and thought-provoking indeed. He argues that violence can be a cathartic process for oppressed individuals and that it can be a necessary component of decolonization. His ideas on violence have influenced many revolutionary movements. Psychology of oppression. Fanon delves into the psychological effects of colonialism on both the colonized and the colonizers by examining the dehumanizing impact of colonialism on the psyche of the oppressed. Fanon highlights the complexity of the colonial experience. His work has contributed significantly to the fields of post-colonial psychology and the study of trauma. Nationalism and identity. Fanon discusses the role of nationalism and the formation of national identity in the process of decolonization. His insights into the complexities of identity and nationalism have been influential in the understanding of how nations and cultures emerge and evolve during and after colonial rule. Intellectual legacy. Fanon's work has had a profound impact on post-colonial studies, critical theory, and anti-colonial movements worldwide. Critique of colonialism. The book provides a scathing critique of colonialism and its enduring effects on colonized people. Fanon's analysis remains relevant for understanding the legacy of colonialism in contemporary post-colonial societies. Wide Sargasso Sea by Jean Rhys. This is a novel that serves as a prequel to Charlotte Bronte's classic novel Jane Eyre. It explores various themes and holds significant literary and cultural importance. Colonialism and race. One of the central themes of the novel is the impact of colonialism on individuals and communities, particularly through the lens of racial identity and tension. Rice examines the racial hierarchy and oppression that existed in the Caribbean during the colonial period. She delves into the experiences of characters who are marginalized due to their mixed racial heritage, shedding light on the complexities of identity in a colonial context. Identity and alienation. The novel explores the theme of identity and the alienation experienced by its characters, and Rice offers a nuanced portrayal of identity crisis as she grapples with her own heritage, her marriage to Mr. Rochester, and the isolation she feels in both Jamaica and England. This theme highlights the psychological impact of colonialism on individuals. And there you have it, a glimpse into the fascinating world of post-colonial literature, from its definition to some aspects of historical context and major works. Remember, post-colonial literature is not just about stories, it's about voices that have long been marginalized. Exploring these works can deepen our understanding of the world and the enduring impact of colonialism. If you have any favorite post-colonial works or thoughts on this topic, please share them in the comments below, and do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more literary explorations. Until next time, keep reading, keep writing.